Why I sold my Skoda Kodiaq and ordered a Skoda Enyaq. Life in a car, video series in 6 languages. At the beginning of my life in a car, from June 2018 to July 2019, I had a Skoda Fabia with a roof tent, but it was too small for me. I never wanted a van or mobile home. There'll be a separate video for that. In July 2019, I had a Skoda Kodiaq, an SUV, and I was really happy with it. But the Kodiaq also had a few downsides. That's why I ordered a Skoda Enyaq in December 2021. In this video, I will tell you why I did this. To understand why I sold the Kodiaq, you must first know how I lived in the Kodiaq. Before the coronavirus, I worked in several hotels in Munich and used electricity and heating in a hotel when the weather was bad. When the weather was good, I went to warm restaurants and cafes every day to work on my laptop. At the beginning of 2020, I was in Tenerife for 3 months and, like in the Fabia, I always had enough warmth, but unfortunately I didn't have enough electricity. So I went to restaurants and cafes to work on my laptop. The pandemic broke out in mid-March, and there was a lockdown in Spain. I didn't want to stay at my friend's house any longer than necessary, so I flew to Germany without my Kodiaq, as there were no more ferries. I lived in Germany for 3 months in a rental car, first in a VW Charan, then in a VW Touran. I couldn't work in hotels or go to restaurants because of the lockdown, so I had to constantly drive around to produce electricity with an inverter. I also drove around to stay warm because it was winter and the air in the car cools down very quickly. In June, I finally picked up my Kodiaq from Tenerife. In 2020, I worked online as a tutor, blogger, author, YouTuber, and coach. In autumn, I first traveled around Lake Constance. Then another lockdown came and I traveled through the valley of Altmühl. During this time, I had to drive around to stay warm and produce electricity, as all the restaurants were closed. Buying a solar panel in winter 2020 to 2021 still brought me no relief, as the winter sun was too weak. Maybe now you could see what the cons of the Kodiaq were? Now on to the reasons why I ordered the Skoda Enyaq. First, the Enyaq is an electric car. That means the engine makes hardly any noise and there are no exhaust fumes. The e-car is charged with a charging cable at a charging station. If I drive 100 kilometers a day, the battery lasts more than 3 days. The Enyaq has a normal socket. I can use it to charge my devices. I can use the heating or air conditioning of the e-car all day and all night. Since December of 2021, I've been waiting for my e-car. I'm really looking forward to getting this car. Maybe now you can see why I ordered the Enyaq.